Who doesn't like to talk about relationships? In good times, bad times, it seems like we take ourselves wherever we go and the relationships kind of come along with us. So I tend to focus a lot on couples relationships, but because we're in this confinement situation, it affects other people. Children, maybe siblings living with us, an elderly parent, maybe a roommate. You just never know. So we can go all over the map if you like to. But I'll begin by saying I think we are going through phases here with the coronavirus situation in terms of confinement. 3, 4, 6 weeks ago, and some of us have been confined for about 6 weeks, depending on what region you're in. I think we're in a state of shock and maybe a little bit in a situation of denial. Is this really happening? Is this really going to be a big deal? Is it going to take very long? But I think we're through that phase. I mean, there could have been a little anger there too, like, why is this happening to me? What have we done? But now I think, like in the stages of grief, we've moved into a new phase. And I think it's the acceptance and adjustment phase. And maybe we're moving into the phase of finding meaning in all of this, because there is a lot of uncertainty, and there's going to be a lot of uncertainty. Our lives will be altered for good, bad, better, whatever. And I think we have to just accept that within ourselves as individuals, so our relationships with others will be better. And I think going into COVID-19, you have to look at, let's say, 3 different types of relationships. I put labels on them just for fun, but let's say you're in a green light relationship. Everybody has jobs, income flowing in, everybody's in good health, everybody's happy, well-functioning family, couple, whatever. Well, you might think that's just going to bump along that way, but it may not. You need to nurture it right now, and you need to be extra sensitive, or that beautiful green light relationship could be a new partnership of some kind, can go south pretty easily. Secondly, and I think this may be where most people are, and I can tell you I've been in all of these relationship shifts. I happen to be green lighted right now. We're going to keep it that way. But yellow light relationships, these are where there are some issues and they may not have been addressed. The relationship is together, but is it really together? I call these hope relationships. H stands for, and I came up with this myself, I thought it was kind of clever. H stands for head in the sand. The issues are there, but nobody really wants to recognize them and address them. O stands for observe. Yeah, they're there, but take no action. P, that's an easy one. Point the finger. It's the other partner's problem. It's really not mine. And E, I could not find a word that would come up that would give me the E definition other than escape or exit. If things don't go well enough, if things don't improve, I'm out of here. And I don't know about you, but I've done that more times than once. And I vowed to myself I would never just be out of here when I'm in a yellow light situation. And then there are the red light relationships. I didn't say red light district, but red light relationships where there's a lot of dysfunction. It's not healthy. And in some cases, people have already decided that they're going to part. But the wall came down too quickly before they could rent a new place, before they could talk to an attorney. I don't even know if lawyers' offices are open right now. I don't know if you can rent a place right now. So you're stuck. And the only option is surviving that relationship. Now, obviously, if there's serious emotional abuse, or any emotional abuse, physical abuse, you put on your mask and gloves and you go somewhere else. You go to a family member, they will take you in. You go to a friend, they will take you in. You go to the authorities if you have to. But I'm talking about relationships that are just really unhappy, and the couple, the partners have decided we're going to call it quits when we can. So in those relationships, you've got to have some place of peace and calm, and that means a little bit of respect, even if you really don't like each other and you don't agree, and you've got to set boundaries. And if that's, I stay in this part of the house or the apartment, you stay in this part, we eat separately, or we stay apart all day, but we eat together, but we don't talk. But you've got to set up some ground rules, I think, for that relationship, that type of relationship. And I think going back to yellow and green, you got to do the same thing.